Student-teacher boundaries.
How close is too close?
With your friendly neighborhood bees, Janelle and
Miranda.
Professional boundaries.
Teachers must create a relationship with students, but be careful to not cross any lines. This topic is considered to be very relevant, but can be hard to define according to Alice Carlson, attorney of law.
These boundaries are known to not be established firmly in the teaching profession. When going over school policies, they can be seen as vague. Therefore, we have outlined a few that we think that you can use.
Harassment means conduct or communication in any form of attitudes, beliefs, or actions, whether deliberate or unintentional, towards an individual defined in this policy, which might be reasonably known to be unwelcome. This is under Chinook's Edge School District Policy.
Policy 6.01.09, Discrimination, Harassment, and Violence. Any individual in a position of authority who receives a complaint of discrimination, harassment, or violence is responsible for ensuring that the complaint is addressed, including the notification to the individual who had been accused. This is from the Red Deer Public District School Policies.
There are also sections within the Code of Conduct that we have found for teachers when they are dealing with student-teacher boundaries. These include
Number 4. The teacher treats pupils with dignity and respect and is considerate of their circumstances.
Number 18. The teacher acts in a manner which maintains the honor and dignity of the profession.
Number 19. The teacher does not engage in activities which adversely affect the quality of the teacher's profession. Responsibility of teachers and administrators. According to Alice Callison, teachers are responsible for recognizing whether they are at risk of crossing boundaries, and if they are, of addressing the issue. Teachers and administrators have a responsibility to address any issue when they witness a colleague who may be crossing boundaries. A teacher who has crossed one boundary may have crossed others.
Technology boundaries. According to Alice Callison, only use school-approved social media to communicate with students. Do not communicate with students using personal social media, for example, email, text, Facebook, blogs. Do not post sexy or revealing photos on personal social media.
Anger management boundaries. Be aware of your emotions. Students have technology and can record your behavior. Causing harm to a student can get the teacher in an enormous amount of trouble. Avoid cursing in front of your students. Teachers need to be able to mask and control their emotions.
According to the Alberta Teachers Association, the Criminal Code Section 43 states, "Every school teacher, parent, or person standing in the place of a parent is justified in using force by way of correction toward a pupil or child, as the case may be, who is under his care, if the force does not exceed what is reasonable under the circumstances." It is clear from this section that teachers are protected against conviction of an assault as a result of reasonable punishment of students under their care. This is an application of the in loco parentis concept.
Relationship boundaries. Teachers must be conscious of how they communicate with their students. Do not talk about personal life problems.
Miss Van Teetering, I think my mom is cheating on my dad. What should I do? In this case, you would want to direct the student to speaking to the counselor, as they have training in this area. Telling the student secrets may be seen as inappropriate.
Melanie, I totally understand your relationship issues. My boyfriend and I are fighting as well. If you figure out how to deal with men, let me know. Do not flirt with students.
Hey Steve, cutie pie. Just wanted to let you know I bought my own house.
Engaging in peer-like behavior.
Telling inappropriate jokes.
Sexual innuendo and banter.
inappropriate, or revealing dress.
According to the article, Establishing and Maintaining Boundaries in Teacher-Student Relationships, healthy boundaries in school between teachers and students are essential. They help students learn how to function with other adults outside the home and create trust and the ability to forge an academic and professional future.
According to the Elementary Teachers Federation of Ontario, here is a list of examples which could violate student boundaries.
Becoming too personally involved with students, as a friend, a confidant, or surrogate parent.
Seeing students in private or non-school settings.
Writing or exchanging notes, letters, or emails.
Serving as a confidant with regards to a student's decision about his or her personal issues.
Giving gifts or money to students. Giving one student more attention than others.
Being alone with a student with the exception of an emergency situation.
Sharing your personal problems with students.
Sharing personal information about a student with a third party. And initiating physical contact.
Physical boundaries. Depending on the situation, hugging may be seen as inappropriate. According to our professor, Alan Cooper, you must ensure that the student engages the hug.
There are other alternatives that teachers can use to create a positive relationship that may not be seen as inappropriate, such as high fives, handshakes, fist bumps, open-handed pats on the back.
Any physical contact with a student must be in public with other bystanders.
Outside of the school. Things to avoid according to Alice Callison.
Inviting a student to one's home without another adult or parent chaperone.
Going to a student's home without other adults or parents chaperones.
Driving individual students to or from school, absent from an emergency.
Allowing a student to drive the teacher's personal vehicle.
Or taking a student on personal outings without other parent, even with the parent's permission. Extreme boundary violations, according to the Elementary Teachers Federation of Ontario.
The most extreme form of boundary violation is that of sexual abuse against a student. Sexual abuse represents the ultimate breach of the trust reposed in a teacher.
Teachers are responsible for recognizing in themselves whether they are at risk of crossing boundaries, and if they are, of addressing the issue. This makes the issue an important and dangerous one for teachers. Examples of cases of extreme violation can be found on the ATA website under PEC.
The School Act. According to the School Act, suspension of a teacher, Section 105(1), when a board has reasonable grounds for believing that a teacher has been guilty of gross misconduct, neglecting the teacher's duty, or refusing to or neglecting to obey a lawful order of the board may suspend the teacher from the performance of the teacher's duties.
The Alberta Teachers Association. Teachers can contact the ATA if they have any questions or concerns at the number 780-447-9400. Teachers may have their membership revoked for any unprofessional conduct.
Rumors and allegations. According to the Alberta Teachers Association, dealing with issues of potential teacher misconduct requires diligence on the part of the teacher being investigated and on the part of the person doing the investigation. Any person accused of wrongdoing has the right to procedural fairness, including full disclosure of the particulars of the accusation, identification of the accuser, and an opportunity to provide a complete response.
Evidence from the media. Airdrie High School